going on, guys? Welcome to Rabbit's Used Cars. See that right there, kids? Of course you saw it. One of the most iconic cars of all time. 1955 Chevrolet 210 Post. Some people call them sedans. Some people call them post cars. I call them awesome. I love shoebox Chevys, 5, 6, 7. Love them. Love post cars. Hardtops are cool. I know everybody likes a hardtop. Oh yeah, too bad it's not a hardtop. I'm gonna tell you something. I've owned them all. And if you want a good 55, 6, 7 car, get you a Post. Just throwing that out there. Way better car. We're not talking about this 55. This 55 is on borrowed time. It's already about to head to her new home. That being said, you know, these cars bring back memories. And like I said, I've probably owned over the years at least 30 5, 6, 7 Chevrolets in my life. Hell, probably more than that. You know, the thing about a 55 Chevrolet that I love is the people that have them, because you got young guys, you got old guys. Everybody loves Tri-5 cars. Every time I see one of these cars, it brings back a memory. And this took place in Daytona Beach at Turkey Rod Run. This has been many, many, many moons ago. There was this 155 Chevrolet, and I was there with a buddy of mine, and I'm not going to say any names, good friend. I guess in the terms of Ed Bolian, he's an extremely shrewd negotiator. He was a shrewd negotiator before Ed Bolian was even a thought. He wasn't even a glimmer in his dad's eye yet, and this guy was wheeling and dealing. He is old school car buyer, seller, not a flipper. This guy's a salesman. This guy's a shark, straight up. So we're walking around Turkey Rod Run. Keep in mind, this is late 90s, you know, early 2000s. 2 cell phone, gold chains, pinky ring Rob. Painting you a picture. And we're walking around buying cars and looking at cars and looking at cars. There's this black 55 Chevrolet Bel Air. Lower down, nice set of wheels. Had a LT1 in it. You know, so basically I'm talking about the LT1 that came in the 93 through 97 Camaros and the Corvettes, and, you know, or 92 through 96 Corvettes. But, you know, that was a popular motor. And, you know, this is right before the LSs started getting popular in the hot rods. So the LT1 was really still a pretty relevant motor. And this car's just slick as glass, black, and it had the factory kind of orangey red with the cream insides. Just a pretty car. Like I said, lower down, nice set of mags, disc brakes all the way around. Older gentleman had it for sale. And my buddy walks up and looks at it, walks around it, and just like, man, I like that little car. He says, slick. And I'm over here thinking like, hell yeah, we need to take this thing back home with us. And just one thing after another, just looking at it and looking at it. My buddy, he walks around it and he holds his chin, looks down the sides, and just everywhere you look, the car just gets better. Like, it's just a nice car. And really can't find anything, you know, that's an issue or nothing like that. So my buddy, like I said, he's a little different. His people skills aren't the best in the world. He's a way better buyer than a seller. He comes up to this guy and he tells him, he said, what's the money to buy this car? And the man said, I want $40,000 for it, which was all the money then on a 55 Chevrolet like that. He goes, I'll take $40,000 for it. And he goes, but I can't sell it to you. Why can't you sell it to me? He goes, well, I've got a guy right now that told me he's going to bring me the money back. He said, well, did he give you a deposit on it? He goes, no, he didn't, but I'm holding it on good faith. My buddy doesn't do well with those kind of things when you tell him no. He said, I've got my money right here, money bag. I'm ready to buy this car. Well, I can't sell it to you. This man's going to buy it. He'll be back by 5 o'clock, whatever. It's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And people are walking all around this car. I mean, just everybody's piling around. It's a gorgeous car. Keep in mind, I mean, a $40,000 55 Chevrolet in the early 2000s was it's like the equivalent of an $80,000 55 Chevrolet today. So, I mean, this was a nice car, very high end. You know, people were walking around. My buddy was noticing this. And the thing is, we get up and leave, and this dude doesn't show up. Next guy's going to get it. My buddy walks around the car. He said, you sure you just want to go ahead and sell it to me now? And he said, I'll pay you what you're asking for it. I'll pay you for it. I'll take it with me. He goes, no, I'm holding it for this gentleman. So my buddy walks around the car. I'm over here playing on my phone or something at this point, talking to somebody. It wasn't like I was checking my Facebook. It was a flip phone. We walk off, and my buddy's just got that shit-eating grin. And I'm like, what you smiling about? He pulls the keys to it out of his pocket He grabbed the man's keys out of his ignition switch. He said, ain't nobody gonna drive it out of here today unless it's me. And he just laughed. I'm like, you dick. But, so we go walking around. We don't get too far. My old buddy says, let's loop back around, check on our 55. Sure enough, it's still sitting there. I don't know where the keys are to this thing, and they're over here, you know, opening doors, looking under mats, looking under the seat, looking under the grass all around it. And he's just sitting there watching. I'm over here watching all this, you know, just unfold. And I'm like, what are you going to do now? You know, how are you going to pull this off? My buddy walks up to him. He goes, hey, you got come to buy this car? He goes, well, he did, but we can't find the keys. And I can't sell him a car that won't start. And, you know, and this. So I guess it sells off. He goes, I'll tell you what I'll do. I saw you pull in with it. I know the car runs and drives. I'm going to haul the car back to Greenville anyway. I'll give you $35,000 for it like it sits. I don't even have to hear it run. You got a title to it? He goes, yeah, I got the title to it. He said, that's all I need to know. He said, so you're telling me you're going to buy this car and never hear it run? He said, I heard you drive in with it. That's all you obviously got it here somehow. You didn't push it in. The old man was kind of dumbfounded. He goes, and you'll pay me for it? He said, $100 bills. Well, I got a lot of bag chairs back there, you know, in the trunk, and I can't get the trunk open because I don't have the keys. He said, I kind of like to get them. He said, I got my cooler back there. And he said, I tell you what I'll do. I'll give you 36, and that'll cover your bag chairs and your cooler. I want to buy the car. I'm not going to leave here unless I leave with the car. Well, I reckon that'll be all right. I mean, if you're sure. He goes, I'm sure. I'll never forget laying the money out in the seat of the car. The old man grabs a few things he had inside the car out, you know, and he looks at the money, hands him title. And the man's sitting there. Turned around and said, come on, Rob. So I walk around the car, I get in the passenger side and shut the door. He sticks the key in the switch and fires it up and drives off. The look on that man's face. And I'm thinking to myself, you know, probably one of the sleaziest tricks I've ever seen in my life. But you know what? He got his car. So at the end of the day, a win is a win. Guys, we'll catch you next time at Rabbit's Used Cars. Every time I see one of these cars, it makes it. And this took place in Daytona Beach at Turkey Rod Run. This has been many, many, many moons ago. Pull that thought, I'm getting a call.
10 on the nose.
Love it. And I'm getting another call.